Welcome to the Poundcast again. Brent, it's great to see you.
Oh, it's great to see you, Doug.
Great.
Wait, Doug, it's it's great to see you.
It's great to see you, Brent.
We were just
Hey,
sort of staring at each other, and that will make sense to
yeah,
you.
that'll make sense later because we
If
just had a
you,
great,
yeah.
just a lovely conversation with my friend James Marlon Magas, Jim, aka Jim Magas, aka Magas, legendary Chicago musician that I've known for many years, and I thought he would be a great person to talk to on the show, just like an interesting guy. He makes electronic music.
um,
He's just an interesting
and yeah,
artistic
he
man that
used to
we.
do noise stuff, and yeah, does electronic stuff, and he scored the Asia Argento film, right?
That's right. He scored a film by Asia Argento. Is that how you say her name?
I mean, I didn't realize. I thought it was Asia Argento. And then he said Asia, and I said, "Oh, okay, yeah,
I said,
Asia."
"Oh, okay, yeah." So, yeah, we had a great. I think this is a good episode.
Yeah, we
Anyway,
joke around. We also learn about various things, and
yeah,
yeah.
I think you're gonna love it. If you're a regular Pound Pimple, I think you're gonna like this one. So,
So,
before we get into that, we should mention a couple things, right, Brent?
yes, we certainly should. Well, for starters, this episode is brought to you in part by Louisville Vegan Jerky / Louisville Vegan Foods. You can see Louisville Vegan Foods' products on LouisvilleVeganFoods.com. They have vegan jerky, that is hand bagged in the United States, and has a shelf life of 9 months. Um, the
Yeah,
the
but it has
product
a
is
flavor life of infinity because this stuff is 100% Doug Pound and Poundcast approved. I've tried every flavor, and I fully support. We don't get sponsored. We don't just get some junk sponsors. We only get the best, and this is a high quality product.
hey, check me out. I'm not even vegan and I like the stuff. So there you go.
Yeah, you don't have to be vegan or
You don't
nothing.
have to
Check
be
me out.
vegan to enjoy it.
That's
So,
right.
and check
So
this
yeah, go to
out.
LouisvilleVeganFoods.com and use the code word Poundcast, and you get 20% off. I mean,
How about that?
how about that? You'll support us, and you get the heck of a discount.
Well, yeah. And also just check it out. And you can also get Louisville vegan jerky at the store, such as Whole Foods or other Sprouts and other places.
It's at
So
various places. We're not
yeah,
sure
various places.
exactly,
But
but definitely Whole
I kind of
Foods
think
and Sprouts. It's
order online though. That's
order
just
online and
come
get the
on.
20% off. Then you have
Come
to
on.
go to the stupid store.
Anyways, what else we got
Another
going?
another way to support this show, this wonderful show, this award-winning. It didn't it win Best Podcast of the Year?
It won Best Podcast of the Year
Yeah,
uh, for the
10 years running now.
2020 the Poundcast 2020 Podcast Awards.
Yeah.
Pound-
So another way to
The
support.
Poundcast 2020 Poundcast Awards.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to get on our Patreon page, patreon.com/poundcast. And when you sign up there, and subscribe to us there, you get instant access to the After Dark episodes,
You actually,
which today we did one with Jim, and it's a really.
I
We
feel
talked
like it
about
was longer
meditation.
than
Yeah, we talked for an hour with
I
him.
think it was longer than the main episode.
Could have been.
And we learned, what did we learn about
We
in
learned
this?
about how to different a man who masturbated in a bookstore by
We
reaching.
learned about
Oh, I won't spoil it, but
synthesizers and how synthesizers work to some degree. Because what I mean by that is we could have gone much more in depth, but we got a little bit of information.
we got the synthesizer 101 basics.
And we talked about other stuff too.
Yeah.
But,
So look, and it's a
but
good
there's some fun
value.
stuff.
It's not like you're just giving us money. You get a big treat.
You get bonus. You get
You
bonus
get
content.
bonus. You get
And
bonus.
it's a low price, but get it while now. Like get in now while it is low, because who knows, it might not be so low in the future.
That's right. It's going up because this value can't last forever.
But there's
No,
also you get early access to the episodes. The episodes come out, as you know, as a listener, they come out on Friday, right? Well, you get these on Wednesday.
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Now you can't. Now you don't have to.
You
Get them
need
on
something to
Wednesday.
get you through the hump of the
They come
week.
out on the hump.
It comes out at midnight on Wednesdays usually.
This is the Humpty Hump right here.
This is the Humpty Dump. You do the hump. You can do the Humpty dance by joining the Patreon, and you go there by going to patreon.com/legacy. Oh my god, I can't believe I was trying.
That is
not to do it.
unbelievable.
I can't believe it's so crazy because I was thinking in my head, don't mess this up. Don't say.
That's
the
why
other
I
podcast.
try to say it before you say it wrong.
I know. It's patreon.com/thepound. It's actually just Poundcast, not the Poundcast.
You can't get it right. It's unbelievable.
I know. What a sloppy.
Patreon.com/Poundcast. Now look, another thing with the Poundcast Patreon is remixes. If you make music or you want to remix our theme song, I have the stems available to the Patreon subscribers. And I did make a new theme song, which I played maybe once, maybe twice, but the remixes are even better.
They're pouring in,
and they're better than my original. That's what it's all about. And we have a new one today, right, Brent?
We do, and we'll introduce that in a second, but I just wanted to mention that also the Poundcast is also now on video. So if you want to watch video of the Poundcast, you can go to youtube.com/thepoundcast. That is with the in front of the Poundcast.
You want to walk down the street and you don't want people saying, "Hey, neighbor," you can be like, "Huh?
Right.
I'm watching my Poundcast."
And you'll understand what that means in a little bit during this episode.
We're going to get into that too.
And there's also clips, sometimes little highlight clips on there. Sometimes we do little highlight clips of the After Dark on there. So you get a little taste, see if you're interested. So let's, we'll get into this intro here, this theme song. And it's by Spooky Cat 1989. Spooky Cat 1989 is who did this remix. And shall we run the clip?
Let's roll the clip. We'll see you in a second.
We'll see you there. We'll see you there.
All right. I'm going to stop this.
Okay. Okay. All right. You can stop recording without hanging up, by the way.
We are recording with James Marlon Magas. Is this correct?
This is correct. Hello.
But we can call you Jim.
You guys are friends, so you can call me Jim.
Have you met Brent before?
We met very briefly. We shook hands and said hello when you guys performed at the Hideout in Chicago. I had wanted to say hi earlier in the evening. I kept seeing him from across the room and wanted to, congratulate him on his performance.
You saw me across the room, and I was with this other guy, and I was kind of looking back, and then looked at me again, and I said, and then I kind of mouthed out with my lips. I said, "He's my brother."
Or he goes like this.
By the time I got around to saying hello, everybody was, you guys were packing up your merch and, deciding where you were going to eat. And
well, we were getting mobbed by the fans. It's tough.
That too.
Mostly
well,
my cousin.
Actually, I think I caught you guys after the fans had left. You were all talked out.
That was a kind of a weird night for Doug because it was, the night that his.
Oh man, Jim, you probably didn't even know this, but like my dog was euthanized that night while I was performing at the Hideout. So I was like on this emotional roller coaster of this dog that I had 11 years was dying while I was on tour. And I was like making awful. These life and death decisions. And then I'm watching it go down on FaceTime while I was backstage at the Hideout, like bawling my eyes out. I think that happened. I think I went, performed, did the show, got laughs. And then I went upstairs and then watched my dog be euthanized on FaceTime. It was like,
Oh no.
and then like the owner of the hideout came in and he's like, "Hey man, are you okay?" I'm sitting there like weeping, and I told him what happened, and then he
You
was
should have.
like, it was like their office door was open and they were kind of in there and they were like, "Oh, we'll get out of your way." They were really cool, but that was a weird night.
You should have watched my set instead. You wouldn't have cried as much. No, I'm just
I'd be
kidding.
like, you know what? I'm gonna skip this FaceTime. It was bizarre. Anyway, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming to that show though. You know, that was cool.
Oh, I appreciate that I got to go to that show. That was a lot of fun.
For those who don't know, well, we're not really that good of friends, but I've known you a long time and I've known like about you because
Hey, we're not?
well, well, maybe we are. I don't know, but I used to go to your record store, Weekend Records and Soap, back in the day.
Hold on just a minute. All right. Continue, please.
Are you okay? Are you gonna be okay? Do you want me to?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
You
Yeah.
need a towel?
No, it's okay, man. It's cool. It's all right.
You need a rag?
No. Just continue on with the talk.
Well, have I ever been to your house before? Have you ever been invited over for coffee? No.
You were in my house because I lived in that store.
Oh yeah,
We
that's
lived in
right.
the back of that store when you used to come in. But no, we used to come in the weekend and yeah, back in when we opened in 2000, yeah, you used to come in and you gave me an early Doug Pound CDR
Oh god.
from way back when.
Yeah, maybe it got into the sale bins at Weekend, but yeah,
It made it into the demo shoebox.
Yeah, that's when I was trying. That's before I got into comedy. I was trying to be an electronic musician. But some of those songs
But you do both.
Well, then yeah, that's before I put them both together, and that was like the peanut butter and chocolate moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember you from back in the day before that because you were this like local. Well, here's an X-rated. I have an X-rated 7-inch of yours.
Oh yeah, you can't show the other side, can you? Oh dear.
The Many Moods of Marlon Magas. It's called.
Wait, why you? It's a male chest.
No, it was.
Oh, it's not. It's not. Okay.
Fully.
Oh,
nude
okay. I couldn't tell.
I don't know anything about that.
Now, who's this naked woman on the front? Was that your bass player? Or was that your drummer?
No, that was Jody from Trona, Math, Milk of Burgundy.
Monotrona.
Yeah.
Oh, she sings along with the Commodore 64 music.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her.
Yes.
Well, that's crazy. That's so weird. Wow. That's interesting. Okay, yeah.
I
like
got it for
Monotrona.
$2.99. I got it for
Yeah,
$2.99.
she was. Yeah, that's a Weekend sticker I recognize there.
Yeah.
And,
anyway, I just remember.
I know those price tags anywhere, but yeah, she was painted gold because the record was called Melt Your Gold. So she's painted gold, but it's kind of a sickly green. The color reproduction, it doesn't exactly look especially gold.
Oh, that's interesting. That's crazy. I've known about Monotrona and been a fan actually since I don't know, like the late 90s or something, or early 2000s or something.
Yeah, I think I saw Monotrona play upstairs for me at from when I lived at Heaven on the top floor. His name was James Bond.
Yeah,
remember that guy?
The projectionist. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a projectionist named James Bond, and he had all these old German microphones that he would rent out to like recording studios. Interesting. Like back in those days, everyone in Chicago there was just so many interesting people. There was you, and there was like Weasel Walter and Bobby Kahn.
Weasel's actually here now.
Oh my God, really?
Hang on. Let me see if he can. Hey, Weasel, do you have a minute to come to the microphone? No, I'm in the other room creating 7 different kinds of death metal and free jazz. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. It's a bit.
He's busy. He's busy.
Oh man.
Weasel, come on, man. No, I can't make it. No.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, anyway, I just remember going to these weird shows in like basements and seeing just weirdo music. And that was a huge influence on me. And then one day you reinvented yourself, because before that you were in sort of like, I don't want to say noise bands, but something like that.
Noisy bands,
Noisy.
noise influence bands. Yeah.
And when you started your first, I was reading that interview that you did with the coffee place.
Yeah.
Your first
Spilling
band,
the beans.
your first band, Couch, that you started in Michigan. You were trying to like be like anti-music or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to start a noise band because I really got into Japanese noise in the early 90s. And it was, you know, I don't know if you're familiar with any of that stuff, like Meritsubo, Hijo Kaidan, Incapacitance, CCCC, Violent Onsen Geisha. And it was just like, and, you know, it was really exciting to me. Like, it was really fresh and new and seemed like punk beyond punk rock. And I was like, man, this is, you know, I loved it. And I wanted to do something like that. And so I would go to parties and put a CD in the CD player of the party and try to start a band. And, you know, who wants to start a band like this? And people would, no, not me. And people would walk away. And finally, Pete Larson, I was walking down the street. Pete Larson from Couch, he pulled up in a pickup truck. He's like, "You the guy that wants to start the band?" And I said,
You know why I'm here.
What's that?
You know why I'm here.
You know why I'm here?
You want to start you're the man who wants to start the band? You want to start the band? You know why I'm here.
You the guy that wants to start the band? And I said, yeah. And I said, do you like band X? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I hate them. And he said, oh, so do I. I just said that because I knew you were friends with them. And I'm like, no, but I don't like them. So we just talked about all the things that we hated and all the things that we wanted to ruin. And
so you bonded on negativity.
Bonded on negativity, yeah. Everything that we didn't want to be, that's what you know, Couch was. So we decided to start a band. We had 0 rehearsals, and we decided to book a show. There was a punk rock house down the street from my house, and we said, "Oh," Pete's like, "Let's go book a show." And I'm like, "All right." So we drove down to the punk rock house. It was 5 minutes from my house, and we got into his pickup truck. And I'm like, wait, we needed a name. He's like, oh yeah, forgot. And so I said, let's call ourselves one of those this was in the early 90s. Let's call ourselves one of those one-word band names, like, you know, like Lush, Ride, Curve, Swerve, Driver, and that kind of thing. So we said, let's be Couch. He said, okay. So we drove over there and we decided to be Couch. And there was a band that was set up to play. There was some gear there. And Pete says, let's play, man. I'm like, what, now? He says, yeah, let's play. And there was some gear set up. And I said, well, we don't have a drummer. So what, man? So what? I said, okay. So we jumped on the other band's gear and we improvised a crazy set. And some kid upstairs said, I would put that out. I would release that.
Really?
Yeah.
So show was the actual first rehearsal and your first record contract all in one party.
And my first band ever. My first time ever playing, other than like a drunken jam session on a back porch with somebody, my first time ever playing in a band.
Just right.
Just a couple thoughts here. One, since you were sort of anti-music, or, you know, the idea for the band was to be an anti-music band, and then also be anti-rehearsal, sort of, kind of, right? And what if how come you guys weren't just all the way anti-name, in fact? And if you were anti-name, how would you have been introduced, you know? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
There lies the problem.
But that could have been interesting, you know, if you imagine a band with no name, and it's not even the band with no name. It's just on bills, you know, on flyers and stuff. It's just, there's a blank space and stuff like that, you know, or maybe there's a picture.
Would there be parentheses, like the record label that they're on underneath it? Like
maybe, yeah, something like that.
Members of.
Or maybe just there's a picture of the band, but you don't, you know, there's no name. And my other thought was that noise bands is there ever a noise band where it's just a guy doing the sound effects the way you did them just now on the
Yeah.
show, where it's just
Yeah,
a
I think
person-
so.
So no
I've seen
physical.
that before. I
It's just
think one of your
mouth.
bandmates, Jason Dillaway, is that his name?
Aaron Dillaway.
Aaron Dillaway.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen videos of him. He's got the mic all the way in his mouth, but he's running it through stuff.
But that's it. All of
Yeah, a lot of
everything-
people do that. I think Masona, the Japanese guy who I remember when I heard his CDs in the early 90s, they were like 10 times louder than everybody else's CDs. I don't know what it was, like how he mastered it, but you would have it at like 0.5 on your stereo, and it was just like louder than everything else. And I really don't know how he did that.
And I have another thought about that, Brent. Another way to do that, to have no name, would be on the flyer, you just cut a hole. So if you see this like rectangular hole, you know, that means that band is going to play. But like when people talk about the group, what are they?
Courtney Love did that.
Right. She already did that. Dang it.
But you would have been the real thing, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did cut out holes on flyers. I used to make, you know, back in the day, Kinko's, you know, you had
what is it with, I used to work at Kinko's too, but anyway,
I used to go to Office Max to do flyers, to make flyers.
What is it about Michigan and the noise bands? Because you got Wolf Eyes, and I have all these. When I first moved to Chicago, the first people I met were these noise guys from Michigan, Todd, Carter, you know, the TV POW guys. They're from, where are they from? Ann Arbor or Kalamazoo, maybe?
Flint, I believe. I think.
Anyway, yeah, what's going on in Michigan with all these noise bands? Is it the bleak landscape?
Well,
is it the Motor City and they like the sound of machines?
You know, it's really funny because I saw Iggy Pop documentary with him where he was talking about being in the Stooges, and he says, I really love the you know, auto things, and they would squeeze and they press the metal down, and that became the sound of the Stooges, and you know, just this repetitive clanging. And then I saw a video of him a few years later where he said he was complaining about techno, and he said it's just this repetitive metal sound, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you liked that. But
yeah, I guess, I don't know. Yes, Brent.
How, for somebody who listens to more traditional music, you know, I'm not talking about myself, but I'm just saying for an average person who listens to traditional music, pop music, in fact, what would be your tips on that you would give that person on how to appreciate noise?
I would look at it as a palate cleanser. You know, if you smell flowers all day, that's the pop music, and then you smell coffee that cleanses the nose. The noise would be a cleanser for the ear. And it's quite relaxing, actually. When you go on YouTube, you look up noise, and the first thing you see is white noise for babies, noise for sleeping. So it's actually quite relaxing. Like a lot of the time I would listen to noise that most people would find abrasive, and it would put me to sleep. And also I found that like learning to appreciate it as an art form sort of made me appreciate noise in the environment. You know, somebody be jackhammering and your average person would go, you know, but I'd be like, yeah. You know, so I found that it really helped me embrace those sounds in nature as well.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, yeah, when you hear the jackhammer, you're going, yeah. What does that mean? Do you mean you just like the sound of it, or do you like?
I like loud noises repetition? Like that. I love, you know,
why like loud noises.
Why do I like it? I don't know. I think it's because when I hear a loud sound, you know, what I really love is when a loud car goes by with the bass just like, you know, and it just shakes the building, and you just hear like, and you hear the nuts and bolts rattling in the trunk. Like one time when I was working at a large retail bookseller, and I was I had a store detective that I was managing, and we were in his car on his lunch break, and he showed me his stereo and the rain droplets on the windshield, and they would go and they would move to the, you know, in unison to the sound. But I guess that didn't really answer your question about why I
Well, how does one, and I'm talking as somebody who's completely, you know, foreign to this world, how does one appreciate loud abrasive noises?
oh
And not white noise, which
uh-huh.
can be calming and meditative even, but, you know, abrasive noise though.
Could you give me an example of an abrasive noise that you find
I'm not
unpleasant?
no,
Well,
well,
I would say I have a few thoughts here. I'm drawn to noise bands. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because that's what was happening in the scene of living in Chicago and in
Mm-hmm.
Wicker Park and wherever I was hanging out, and just the people I just happened to be friends with. I didn't really like the music, but I was like drawn to just the performance of it, and it was just so like, it's such a mystery. Like, why are they doing this? And it was more of like seeing it live was like an experience, but it wasn't like a musical experience of the way music can kind of make you feel good. It was more of like perhaps watching a feel bad movie where it gives you an emotion, but
Yeah.
it's not this like serotonin. It's more of a different kind of catharsis or something. Maybe it's like,
It's cathartic.
yeah.
Yeah.
well, what do you
But
like
I'm
about
not
the
sitting there
jackhammer?
listening to it like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. It's more of like you're getting some kind of energy from it. But
What do you like about the jackhammer?
It sounds powerful. It sounds powerful, like a heavy drum or a loud guitar. It's got power. Powerful enough to like
So wow, you like the
destroy
power.
the. I like the power. I like the connection to
That's
power.
interesting. Wow, that's okay.
Now,
That's cool.
mind you, my love affair with noise was relatively short-lived. There was a time I played on a bill with a noise artist, and somebody said, "Oh, are you going to go see noise artist X in this room?" And I was in a town catching up with old friends, and I walked into the room to catch this particular noise artist, and I was in there for all of about 2 seconds, and I'm like, "Oh, not today." It was cement walls. The sound was reverberating off the walls, and I had to. I stayed in the lobby and caught up with old friends. And then I saw said noise artist emerge from the room, sweaty, shirtless, and bleeding. Ran past me as I was bleeding.
who was it? Shall name unnamed?
It was, she'll remain unnamed. Yes.
Okay. She'll. Oh, shall.
They'll remain unnamed.
Maybe they have no name and they're just a hole on a flyer.
Right, exactly. Or a picture.
Yeah.
Doug, you had a question?
I'm not going to say that it was prurient.
I got to say, with the noise shows, like they should book one noise. You know how it's like a palate cleanser? Yeah. They should be in between other styles of music. You know what I'm saying? Just like every band. Like if you go to see a show, you don't want one shoegaze band, then another shoegaze band, then another. You want like
a lot of people do.
I think for me, I think especially for noise, you want it to be a palate cleanser, and they should only play for 10 minutes. We don't need these hour-long, like it's diminishing returns after 10 minutes of seeing something like that. Don't you think? After
one
a while,
of my favorite, one of my favorite live noise acts is Cock ESP, because they play for 5 minutes, and that's the perfect length.
That's
how a great 5 minutes. They end up in a pile of amps and wires and sweat and shirtlessness, and it's just a big mess all in the span of 5 minutes. No blood that I've seen.
I mean, maybe on a good day, I don't know.
And they wear like costumes and stuff too, right?
I don't know if I saw them in costumes, but they were.
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Maybe they always play for 5 minutes. There was an article in Spin one time where they talked about noise. there was like a big noise expose, and they said they wear, they make noise, they wear masks. So there was this sort of conception that noise people would wear masks. Now I kind of, can't really claim to be a noiser per se anymore. I sort of, left my noise roots behind.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on, because after that period, there was a time when all of a sudden you had I was trying to mess around with Reason and making beats and stuff, and you showed up and you had a jean jacket with no shirt and a groove machine. What was that thing called?
It was the Roland MC505 Groove Box.
Yeah, you were just rocking beats on the Groove Box. And that was an early inspiration to me, where it's like you can just go out there with a Groove Box and you can rock the party pretty hard.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
So simple. You could just carry the Groove Box.
Yeah.
But I would show up to gigs. I felt self-conscious because people would say, like, where's the rest of your gear? I'm like, I'm new at this. Am I supposed to have more? I brought this. And, and then, but I was always like, when I heard the Groove Box, I'm like, man, if only the kick drum just hit a little harder. Why doesn't it hit as hard? And then, when the band Adult, they saw me play and they offered to put out a record of mine. And then they said, hey, do you want to come to our studio and we could help you transpose these sounds to analog gear and it would sound better. And so I went there and they showed me how to do that and co-produced my record there. And then I was like, oh, this, there's the sound I'm looking for. And everything sounded meaner and bigger and louder, noisier.
So I need
better all around.
I got to start collecting analog gear. It looks like you have a lot in your studio there.
I do now. I've amassed some. I've come a long way since the Groove Box days, but I really do miss the simplicity and ease of operation from those Groove Box days.
Yeah. Well, yes, Brent.
Well, I don't know where you want to go, Doug, but do you want to talk about his stuff in the background? Is that what you wanted to talk about?
I mean, no, we don't have to. Because I don't know if most people...
mind if I grab a snack?
Oh, look at this! Wow, that's amazing. Jim
is that okay? I was a little hungry.
Jim is opening up a Louisville vegan jerky bag. That's pretty well done.
Yeah, it's
What do you got? The buffalo dill?
It's a new flavor. It's a buffalo dill.
Excellent.
So,
what's your mind if a snack?
You got to back off a little.
Back off.
On the mic, yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, we could talk about plant-based diet for a minute, because I think around the same time you did it. Maybe that's when I got into it, about 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, about 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago now. I remember when
July
we talked.
July 4th, 2017 is when I started.
That's about when I started too.
So what happened? Why did you do that?
Well, I had an injury. I had a dog bite, and I went to the doctor to have a look at it, and they said, "Hey, man, your blood pressure's a little high." I said, "Oh, that's weird. It was never high before." They said, "Hey, yeah, maybe it's white coat hypertension. Get it checked next time you're here." And I had a follow-up visit, and they said, "Hey, your blood pressure's a little high again. We're going to schedule you for a physical, and we're probably your doctor will put you on blood pressure medication." I was like, "Oh man, I'm too young for blood pressure medication." And I talked to a friend of mine, my friend Billy, and he said, "Oh man, go. Mine was high too. Go vegan. That'll take care of it." And I was like, "Oh really? Maybe I'll just eat more kale and exercise, And so I tried to eat healthier, cut out hamburgers and taco chips and salt and everything, and still blood pressure was high. And so I was like, kind of fear motivated. I was like, all right, let me try this vegan diet, see what happens. I'll try it for a couple of weeks. And, I took a quiz on the Mayo Clinic or one of those things, they said, "Can you lose 10 pounds?" I was like, oh, like any exercise would cause me to lose about 3 pounds. And I was like, I guess so. And then I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. And then in another 2 weeks, another 20 pounds dropped off. And so I lost like 45 pounds in 2 months. I also cut out sugar. I also like exercised and, so just, and then my blood pressure went down to normal. My cholesterol went down to normal. And, I just adapted, I don't know if you ate meat or were you a vegetarian before you went vegan? Or did you eat meat or?
Yeah, I ate meat. Yeah.
Yeah. Hamburgers, chicken, fish.
Whatever you got, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Same. Same. And so I just went cold turkey or cold tofurkey.
Cold tofurkey. Come on.
And we, and when I went to the doctor, my mom was saying like, you can't do that. That's too much weight to lose in such a short time. And I'm like, I was just melting. And, people are like, are you okay, man? Like, are you on drugs or like what, and so I went to the doctor and the doctor was like looking at my chart, just shaking his head. And I'm like, is everything okay? He's like, this is a lot of weight to lose in a short time. And I said, is that bad? He's like, no, it's great. What'd you do? And, said I went vegan. He asked me how I get my protein. I told him, beans, this, that, and by the end of the visit, he said, maybe I'll go vegan.
Wow.
And did he?
So I sent him a bill.
That's amazing. He's probably like, what the hell is this? I'm trying to make some money from these pharmaceuticals. He should be taking these pills.
Right.
You didn't have, and then your blood pressure went down as well, I take it.
Yeah. My cholesterol went down. My blood pressure went down. The weight. I mean, I was carrying, I probably weighed about 205 or whatever. And I didn't really feel heavy. I figured, I'm like older. I got a dad bod, it's,
you look kind of thick back then.
I was like, kind of like,
You look thick though.
Yeah. A little, I could pinch an inch with a little love handles,
And all that thickness went away.
Uh-huh. It never came back. So,
say goodbye
and I learned to really like a plant-based diet. I mean, you don't have to like, cutting chicken parts is just rather unpleasant. Even if you like chicken, like cutting those raw parts.
Sure.
Yeah. Sometimes you just, before that, I was like, I didn't eat meat, but I ate the beaks and feathers.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta not pull the chicken apart. Just go for it. Eat the beak.
You gotta eat the
I
beak.
went to somebody's birthday party one time and they, it's kind of a joke, had it catered by KFC and they had these nuggets and one of them had a feather sticking out. So
oh my God.
The nuggets kind of went untouched for a
month. Really?
Yeah, there was a feather.
Nuggets from Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Yeah. I hope we're not going to get sued, are we?
Were they popcorn chicken?
I don't know what it was.
Shoot, popcorn. Interesting, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think I'm as strict as you are, and I didn't actually lose much.
You mean
weight.
strict? I mean, do you eat meat sometimes now or cheese?
No, I mean, but I have a few times over the course of the last few years traveling, and I'm in a certain situation, and it's like when in Rome kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like twice or 3 times in the last 3 years.
So you're not a real vegan?
I guess not.
No, my daughter said I'm not a real vegan because I had leather shoes.
Right. Yeah. Things like I'm not as hard. I try my best, but like here and there, I have an egg if it's a farm fresh egg from my friend's chickens or something like that. Like,
well, we've been talking.
I'm just kidding, but there, right. I might, if I'm in New York City, maybe I'd eat a slice of pizza or.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'll never eat meat.
You got to get that slice. When you're in New York, you got to get that slice.
Come on, you're in New York? Where you going to go, Joe's? Where you going to get your slice?
You got to go to Joe's. You got to get a slice. You need that grandma slice. I mean, if you're in New York, come on.
Right.
Where's the best slice?
Chicago. This is New York.
Also, you're in Chicago. That is like
Yeah.
the bad food capital of the world. Like everything that's like popular is like
Chicago style pizza. It's like lasagna with a crust.
yeah, but like the food that's celebrated there is like not only I mean, I guess it's tasty on like the most base level, like those big beef sandwiches.
Italian
Oh,
beef.
Italian
You know,
beef, yeah.
Italian
Italian
beef from
beef.
like Mr.
Hot
Cheesy.
dogs.
I used to eat cheesy beefs and you got to get them double dipped
Dipped.
and you got to stand. They would have it. They would show you how to eat it at the counter. You have to spread your legs, right? And you eat it. They have a special stance for eating the Italian beefs.
Why?
So it doesn't fall on your shoes. You have to go on this like wide stance to eat the
Oh
You gotta
man.
go on
Hey,
a
you guys,
horseback ride.
beef.
I'm getting a
Horseback
call. I gotta take this. We gotta take this. This guy, Gary Nagel, he's been calling all day.
Oh God. What does he want?
My friend, would like for you to put me on the
We can't really hear the guy though. That's the problem.
I'll hold.
I'm sorry. He's been bugging me about this all day.
Hello, Doug.
Yes.
Are we reading?
Yeah.
Hello, Brett.
Brent.
Yes. Hi.
That's what I said. Brett,
Yes.
I have a long distance dedication to my Aunt Kathy. I would like to play the music of Three Dog Night. Are you familiar?
Yeah.
The music of
Yeah.
Three Dog Night?
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I would like to play a little song. Mama told me not to come. Okay?
Okay.
This one goes out to my Aunt Kathy.
I'm sorry about this, guys.
We can't
Okay.
really
Roll tape. I can't hear nothing. Okay, second choice. Easy Living by Uriah Heep.
how we don't this isn't a radio station kind of thing.
Gary, you got to put your mask on.
If you're here to lecture me about mask efficacy, we can end this conversation real quick. Do I make myself clear?
Yep. Bye. I'm sorry about that. He's been
Oh, that was
calling me all day.
Was that a video or was that a live?
He called in. He's been calling all day. I just had to get rid of him. I'm sorry.
Wow. I was thinking Three Dog Night, Mama told me not to come. Isn't that sounds like a porno kind of. I don't know.
It's like the three.
I heard a Chicago DJ one time. He says, that was Three Dog Night. Mama told me not to come. But then again, she never saw Carly Simon.
I don't even get that.
I don't either, except she had very racy record covers. Maybe that was a reference to that somehow.
I was an extra in a movie that Three Dog Night appeared in, and I was an extra I was an extra in various scenes, but one of the scenes was at a bar where they were playing. So I watched them play. Three Dog
Really?
Night.
What song were they playing?
Jeremiah was a bullfrog or whatever that song.
He was a good friend of mine. Yeah. I'll tell Gary.
Joy to the World. That's what it's called, right?
Joy to the World.
Yeah.
Is that an original song by them or is that a cover?
It's an original song.
What a song. They don't make songs like
Joy
that.
to
Jeremiah
the
was a
fishes
bull.
and the deep blue sea.
Right.
Joy to you and me. Dun, 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 dun.
Right. Like no one's singing about frogs anymore, Music is
I
just
saw it
about
live.
Do you remember the Frogger song from the Buckner and Garcia, Pac-Man Fever?
Right.
Do you remember Pac-Man Fever? They had a novelty video game record.
Yeah, no, totally.
They had a Frogger song. Froggy takes one step at a time. The way that he moves has no reason or rhyme. Go, Froggy, go.
Yeah.
That sounds like something for Brent's other podcast.
Well, I know that album. I mean, that's a pretty well-known album, the Pac-Man Fever album.
Yeah, But the Frogger song's the best one.
What if the new coronavirus? They should call it Pac-Man fever. You know, with these names,
Pac-Man fever?
these pandemics and these viruses. Why don't they give them some kind of cute name? So it's not like I have COVID-19. It could be like I got Pac-Man fever. You know.
There was a comedian who had a bit like that where it was, diseases that they sound really bad, but maybe they wouldn't be as bad if they had better names.
That was me. That's my bit.
No,
You got to
Really?
throw him some coin.
Yeah,
Brent.
that's my bit.
You gotta give him some coin for that,
Well, I
for
had
stealing his bit.
I have another friend who had the same bit that independent of you.
No way. Okay. What's their? I'll tell you my punchlines. You tell me his or hers. Or
I remember
theirs.
that, there's stuff like scurvy that sounds bad, or rickets and stuff like that, or whatever, or like
Exactly. This is my exact premise.
really. And then is the punchline okay? But what if the disease was called Skittles? Oh yeah, he got Skittles, or something like
Skittles
that.
doesn't even sound good.
Well, mine was like, okay, you got athlete's foot is an example of a good
yeah.
sounding ailment. It's like I got athlete's foot because I'm out there on the court. I'm an
Athlete's
athlete.
foot sounds powerful,
It
like
sounds
a
powerful and
jackhammer.
strong. Yeah. Look, it sounds powerful and strong. And why don't they name other diseases stuff like that? Like for example, I forget what it is, like genital warts. Why don't we call those player pimples, Or the list went on, okay? The list goes on.
Or
It
like
was,
a beautiful flowing name, like
but we can do that now. We could
Escovia.
think of an ailment and we'll rename it in a positive light. Try this exercise right now. Name an ailment.
Shingles.
Yeah. Oh, shingles. That was used in that other person's bit. Was that? But I forgot what they shingles.
Skin glitter, like sequins
Or glitters. Glitters. What about
glitter.
this?
Yeah.
Instead of polio, what if it was just called polo?
Coronavirus. Sunshine. Just sunshine.
Sunshine or
Yeah,
Pac-Man
just
fever.
Yeah, sunshine. No,
Yeah.
no other words necessary. It already sounds a lot better.
It could be called fresh fever.
Fresh fever.
It's fresh.
Clear fever. Clear. Call it clarity.
We can call it Home Alone 2.
Right. Home Alone 4, you mean?
How much longer must we be at Home Alone 2?
Instead of calling it the pandemic, it'd be called something like
Plandemic.
just vacation or something,
Yeah.
I saw a guy at the grocery store the other day with a full motorcycle helmet with a shield, looked like RoboCop, and he had a thing that said Pritzker, that's Governor Pritzker. Pritzker is the virus. And then on the back it said COVID-19 84. Orwell got the year wrong. He had like homemade slogans all over his motorcycle helmet.
Oh God, I love those people. I see those cars around LA when they put big words all over their car. And sometimes it's like whole paragraphs of like just mental stuff like Bible verses and conspiracy kind of things like that, where they have to tell the world and put it all over their thing.
You mentioned vacationing. I think maybe instead of the phrase social distancing, it could be called social vacationing. So you're just taking a nice.
Yeah, I'm taking a
break
vacation from
people.
Yeah.
But I don't even really love the phrase social distancing. They should just call it distancing.
It should be called physical distancing.
Yeah, physical distancing.
I saw some article or think piece about that, or
because you can still be social and be safe.
Right.
We're being social right now. We're just physically distant.
yeah.
And just call it
It's
distant.
it's kind of better, because like if we were hanging
Safer.
out in a bar, like I might be talking to a bunch of people and then I say hi at the end of the night and we're out of time. So we're getting to know each other
You say bye at the end of the
better
night.
on this two-dimensional screen.
You say bye at the end of the night. We're trying to figure out where to eat and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. That's right. I mean, is the hideout gonna close down, or are they gonna stay alive? I heard they're staying alive.
I don't know.
Is
I've
the
been social
hideout.
distancing since before the virus. I was like, kind of, a little bit ahead of the game.
What? How do you keep yourself busy though? Do you work or anything?
I work. Yeah, I work, and I work in a grocery store, so I'm exposed. Well, I'm exposed.
You're exposed to products.
Wait, are you the butcher there? Are you the butcher just to balance out like your diet? Like, I got to work with meat somehow,
No. So I work, and I work on music, and I'm a dad, and I meditate, and and do other stuff. I am rarely bored. When somebody tells me that they're bored, I feel a little envious. That means they have free time. And I like staying busy, but I'm busy all the time, and I like it.
I just had this thought about what real social distancing is, and just say hi to me, one of you, or something like that.
Hey, Brent.
That's real. That's how you do social distancing, like that, Or do it again. Try me again.
What's up,
Go
Brent?
ahead.
Brent, what's going on?
I gotta go. Bye. And
Don't they call it social isolating now? I heard that term. Like, did they upgrade it? Social isolating,
They just call it isolating.
Distancing wasn't working. Like, distancing is just going outside of a restaurant and sitting in a closed tent instead of being inside a well-ventilated restaurant.
Yeah.
Wait, let me try one, Brent. Do one to me.
Hey, Doug. How's it going?
All right, try one on me.
What's up, Jim?
Oh, I got one. Here, give it to me.
What's up, Brent?
Keep on trying to talk. Keep on trying to talk to me.
Yeah. What are you doing? Hey, just give him the finger, the hand. Talk to the hand.
Well, no, it's like just
Maybe talk to the hand was early social distancing.
Right.
The whole talk to the hand thing.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Wait. Okay, I got one.
Hey, Jim, what's going on, man? Oh, that's good. That's another reason to buy Louisville vegan jerky is so you can social distant, and if you don't want to talk to someone, just start eating it.
Yeah, social distancing started with cell phones and people being on their phones all the time out in public. You know what I mean? When they're on a crowded subway, everyone's got their cell phone. This is social distancing. Sorry, say hi to me.
Hey, Brent.
Something like that.
Hey, here's how, before cell phones, it was just like everyone was just staring at each other, vibing each other out, creeping each other out.
Well, that's what I still do as someone who doesn't own a cell phone when I'm in a public place, which hasn't been in over a year, but it hasn't been in a year, but if I'm in a public place, everybody's doing this. Everyone's social distancing. I'm the only one scoping everybody out. I'm looking at everybody like this.
You're looking at their phones from behind them?
Actually,
Yeah, because you don't even have a fidget spinner or anything like that, right?
There was one time I was at the airport where there was I was just waiting for the flight. I was sitting around and I'm looking around at everybody as I do, and everyone's everyone's on their phone pretty much, and they're all kind of in their own world. I look around and I see this I would say girl, in fact. I see this young lady, this girl, and she's sitting there too, just sitting. And I thought, any minute now, she's going to take her cell phone out. Any minute now. And I'm waiting. I'm checking her out. I'm waiting for the cell phone. It never comes out. So then we start to line up for to board the plane. And I came up to her and I said, "Hey, I'm sorry. I couldn't help but notice, but, I don't have a cell phone," or I don't know. I forgot what I said, but I said, I was just sort of sitting around. I was looking at everybody in the airport and I was seeing how everybody was on their cell phones. And the only person who wasn't on a cell phone was you. I just happened to notice that. And I was just wondering, what's up with that? And she just said, oh yeah, I like to just sort of be present and stuff, or something like that. And I thought, that's cool.
Painful.
And she seemed young. Like I said, seemed like a girl. And I said, do you mind me asking, how old are you? Because usually somebody her age, I would imagine, would be on their phone nonstop. And she was 19 years old. And I just said, hey, that's really cool, carry on. Then when we boarded the plane, she happened to sit next to me. And so then we talked for the whole plane ride. It was an hour plane ride. And I guess her dad kind of instilled this sort of idea. And so she does have a cell phone, but she only checks it in the morning and in the evening before she goes, when she wakes up and when she goes to sleep. That's it. Interesting.
What if someone's trying to call her and it's an emergency?
I mean, I guess, I don't know.
What if she misses likes in real time?
Yeah.
Yeah, she should make some sacrifices, I guess. But
wait, Brent, I'll be the girl, and you try to do that first thing the first excuse me thing.
Okay. Excuse me.
You got to finish the whole thing.
I don't know. I wasn't sure that you were done or not. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Hi, I'm sorry. I couldn't help but notice that, everybody's here is using these cell phones and stuff.
I dropped it in the toilet. And I'm fucking pissed off. So freaking mad.
It's like this.
So freaking mad.
Oh, sorry. Well,
thanks for reminding me. Can I borrow yours?
Here, how about this? Do it to me. I'm the girl now. Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry. Hi. I hate to bug you, but I noticed you weren't using a cell phone.
Toilet. I don't know. I was kind of condensing what you did.
That's kind of a funny scene, though. You're so delighted. You're like, wow, finally someone who gets it. The no cell phone. Finally.
She doesn't read books. She's just present, no books.
I don't need that. I mean, I don't need. I was just kind of delighted that, wow, I can't believe.
Wait, let me do one more, Brent.
Yeah. Hey, excuse me. Hi, sorry. I'm sorry to bother you. I just couldn't help but notice that you. I don't know. I haven't seen you pull out a cell phone, and
my hands burned off in the accident. Thanks for reminding me.
Okay. Let me do that one. Here, let me try that one. This is. I want to do a different version of this. Okay, watch. Okay.
Excuse me, miss. Young lady? Yeah, hi. I noticed you weren't fidgeting with a cell phone. It's just a stump.
You just don't even say.
Holds up a stump.
Doesn't even say anything.
You're like,
I've been that girl a lot before I upgraded my phone because the battery would die all the time. So I would often sit there not looking at anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
my story was the battery died, though.
It's the only one. Yeah,
But next time, if that ever happens again, if this phone ever degrades to the point where the battery gets like that, I'm going to use that line. Like, I like to be present.
Well, this is.
I don't want to be like the fucking battery died. Can I?
I'm gonna be Jim in this situation. So approach me. I'm Jim now. Okay.
Excuse me,
hey,
mister.
dude.
Oh, you do it, Jim. You be Brent.
Okay. Let me start again. Okay.
Hello. I noticed that you're not really fidgeting with a cell phone right now.
Battery.
Are.
Not even a book, though. I mean, like, yeah, I guess maybe I should try to practice to be. I do try to turn my phone off here and there and like not look at it for periods of time, but then I want to be doing something. I don't want to just.
Where's the shield when somebody tries to sell you something? You need a shield that you can like.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways to deal with I mean, your shield is you can just sort of pretend to go to sleep if you're on the plane already. Well, you know what? Maybe you can use. Maybe you can use the same tactic you use on a plane. On a plane, okay, this is how you do it on a plane. someone tries to talk to you, you kind of, you're just try to say something incidental to me or whatever,
Nice weather we're having out there on the wing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. Right.
But you think it'll rain?
But
do you think it'll rain?
I'm already like, okay, fine. Sure. Dude,
how long? Where are you headed to?
I got a better one.
How long's your flight? What are you going to do when you get there? You going to see family? Why are you traveling alone?
Now,
are you carrying luggage? How many pieces?
Now that obviously only works on a plane, right?
Hold on. I'm visiting relatives. Okay. I haven't seen him in a long time.
All right. Well,
I did the laundry before I got on the plane. I watched the lights, darks.
Truth be told, if somebody was doing that, I could sleep through that. I mean, if it was going off like that, I could easily just kind of sleep or pretend to sleep to that.
That's your Merzbow.
That's my white noise. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that obviously only works on a plane, right? Now I'm wondering, what if you can use that approach in other situations? So say you're in line at, or DMV or wherever, right? You're at the line at DMV. Hit me up. Start trying to talk to me.
Coming here for your license or registration?
Yeah.
Wait, Brent, try it on me, and
I'm standing up and
you're standing and you just fall asleep.
Yeah, fall asleep standing.
I'm next to you on the plane. I don't have a phone or anything, but I don't want to talk to you. But here's my technique.
Okay. Hey, where are you going? Oh, do you have an ear infection? Oh, mouth infection too?
Just point at your ear.
I get infections all the time. I just.
I was trying to sleep on a plane one time, and a guy had very wide shirt sleeves, and I was sleeping, and his shirt sleeve just kept tickling my arm, and it was very infuriating.
I don't like that.
I'd be like in his shirt sleeve, just tickle my arm.
I've gone through. I've been in situations like that where it's like some little thing, but I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything.
I'll go through an extreme. I'll take a magazine. I'll make a big origami shield just to lean on exactly to make a wall. I've done things like that.
What about you could just sort of
Wait, Brent, talk to me one more time. Let me try one more. Let me try one more.
Hey, so you were you flying in?
Ow. The talking. I can't do it. I can't do the talking. I can't do it. It's painful to hear a human voice.
How about this? Hit me up. Try to talk to me right now.
All right. Jim, you do it.
Hey, where are you headed?
What if you just don't even say anything?
Just stare.
You just.
All right. Try me.
Okay.
Hey, fellow traveler, where are you headed?
Is your name Jim?
Ah.
Oh yeah. Wait, yeah. Hold on. Do me again. I'm gonna build on that one real quick. Go hit me up.
Hey, so where are you going?
Yeah, keep talking.
Keep talking. What do you?
Yeah. What?
About what?
Keep one more.
Are you flying to?
Oh yeah.
Are you from Oakland or?
I was on a plane one time, and I suspect that may have been happening next to me. The guy had a pillow on his lap.
No way.
And there was a
repetitive
motion. I don't know if he, I was like, I don't know if he's scratching, if it's an itch. I don't know. He was a really old dude. I thought about just yanking the pillow up to see, but
yes. What if you laid down on the pillow, or you put your head on the pillow? Just to be oh, sorry.
Excuse me, mind if I see you have a pillow. You mind if I just kind of take a nap or what?
Or maybe he starts talking to you and then
put your head on my shoulder.
Wait, how about this? I'm the guy. Wait, I wish I had the prop with me. I'm the guy. and I got the pillow, you kind of like interrupt me or ask me what's going on.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have the time?
I'm a blind Rubik's Cube master, and I was practicing under my pillow. I don't
Oh,
know.
sorry. I was supposed to ask you what's
Like, what if that's what it was? You're like, excuse me, miss, there's a man next to me with a pillow. I don't know what he's doing down there. And she's like, he's the grand wizard of blind Rubik's cubing.
Well, you know
Grand
what?
wizard wouldn't be a good. Never mind.
It sounds almost like the Grand
No,
Wizard.
no.
Actually, that'd be funny if you actually started using Grand Wizard for other stuff besides the Ku Klux Klan. You know, like, oh, actually,
Magic.
Dave Chappelle is a Grand Wizard comedian or whatever, or something like that. Or he's
Well, they
or
should
something
take.
like-
Yeah, we should take back the title of Grand Wizard. It should be for anything. I won the Grand Wizard trophy at the soccer tournament.
Well, I want to take back my name, Magas. M-A-G-A-S.
That's right, because your last name is Magas
Yeah.
or Magas.
Oh my God.
That's why
you were just
that's
called-
why I'm rebranding myself,
And
because
when I read that, I never made that connection. I never thought that MAGA and if you were just called MAGA, then that would be.
the plural.
Oh,
But I
Whenever
never
I
made
tried
that-
to
I never
whenever
put
I
those-
tried to self-Google or self-Twitter search.
Oh, it's ungoogleable.
The hashtag, yeah, it's ruined.
Yeah.
wow. By the way, real quick about that Rubik's Cube thing. I'm sorry, the Rubik's Cube thing.
Rubik's Cube.
It reminds me of this fake commercial that I made called Rubik's Cube, and you can check it out on various platforms. Rubik's Cube, but it's the same kind of concept of they're playing with something,
All
and
right.
you don't see what it is, but it looks like they're playing with maybe their self, or you don't know what it is,
And
Magas.
it's all shot from like behind their back. They're always
yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Is this Googleable?
Yeah.
I'll Google it.
Rubik's Cube.
It's weird because I made this video and it didn't really, I posted it a year ago on YouTube and I think Twitter, and it didn't really get much traction, I posted it on TikTok a few weeks ago and I got 1 million views.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you?
You're on
Brent, real
TikTok. Are
quick-
you on TikTok, Doug?
I am, but I just dipped my toe in recently. I just kind of put a few things I put on Instagram on there, and
My daughter
have,
told
like,
me I would
three-
get laughed at if I got on TikTok. She said you would get laughed off TikTok.
mean,
but I had my day on Vine. I embraced Vine, but I
don't post. It's not like I don't have videos of myself on it. It's just I post video clips from old videos or stand-up clips and stuff. I just post those on TikTok. Someone suggested I should just do that.
yeah.
Brent, when
And,
you real quick, did you make them vertical like for the phone size, or just put them in there square, or what?
Yeah, I made them. I made a vertical video of it by just. I didn't make it. No, I didn't make it doesn't cover the whole vertical space. There's black on the bottom, and the top.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it's weird for some reason that Rubik's Cube thing resonated with the TikTok audience. So, maybe this episode talking about that pillow situation, we got to get that up on TikTok.
Yeah. I suspect the guy is no longer alive, so we don't have to worry about that. He was pretty old, and that was
okay.
a long time ago.
Well, we could have had one.
He's like, that was me.
We could have had one of our interns try to track him down. Actually, one of our interns.
Bring him on.
One of our interns was a flight attendant. In
Who?
the past. Jackie.
We got to talk to Jackie, our new intern. We talked to the other two. We should talk to Jackie.
And she said that people did masturbate on the plane.
Oh my God, we got to talk to her.
Well, I did a whole episode. I did a whole pointed questions with her.
Oh,
I'm sure she has more to say. Yeah.
well, go listen. You know what?
I think they do everywhere. I worked in a bookstore, and that was a very popular place for masturbation.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, well, real quick, we've gone an hour. Let's talk about the bookstore masturbation, and then we'll go after dark. We'll do a bonus.
Should that be after dark? Since it's
Maybe that.
sort
You
of
know
a taboo
what? You're right.
subject?
That should be an after dark thing. Let's wrap up the main episode. But Jim, can you? I know you have a record label and you have your own music and your own art in various ways. So why don't you give yourself a plug?
Okay. Well, my name is James Marlon Magas. I run the label Midwich Productions. I've made music as Magas for the past 20 years. I've recently retired the Magas moniker in order to be reborn as James Marlon Magas. I've got an album that I'm working on. It should be out later this year. It's sort of an avant pop record. It's got some guest appearances by friends, and you can find out more information at jamesmarlonmagas.com or at Jim Magas on all the other things.
And if you are at Reckless Records, look up 7 Inches from the Many Moods of Marlon Magas, or Lake of Dracula, your other band, or Couch, or just Magas. I have some of those 12 inches here too. Gonna dig those up.
Yeah.
Here's what we'll be covering in After Dark. We'll be talking about book masturbation. We'll be talking about, I want to ask about James's equipment that's in the background of his thing. And we will also be talking to him about some of his other more current project stuff.
I want to ask about meditation because we were talking about it through, you were messaging me about meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And you were just saying how it really kick ass. So let's talk about that.
Okay. Are we? Has the sun set?
No, the sun has not set yet. We're gonna just do a quick little wrap up. But you said, just to tease people, you said it turns life into like a playground or something. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I sort of paraphrased David Lynch, who said, it makes life less a torment and more like a fun game, which is true. It's, I was, working, being exposed out there in the world, people, crowded grocery store, working in every day with noses hanging out and masks off. And, we make people wear their masks, but the undernosers are everywhere. And, it's just a place where you could be exposed. And it was, and various other things in my life that were causing me some anxiety and stress. And I reached a point where I felt like I needed something, needed to change something. And so I began meditating, transcendental meditation. And that I found that immensely helpful.
All right. Well, we're going to get into that in the After Dark episode. And we would like to, and if you want to listen to that, you can get instant access at patreon.com/poundcast. Be a subscriber. It could be as little as $2 a month. You can't. And those prices are going to go up because they've been too cheap for too long.
You said it, Doug. And thank you to our interns, Chloe Bonilla, Jack Birch, El Bircho, and Jackie Montana. And
Jackie runs our Instagram account
and Twitter.
El Bircho. He makes our videos for the YouTube. We're on youtube.com/the Poundcast. And Chloe edits the audio version of this. So thank you guys. And let's go After Dark with James Marlon Magas. Talking. Doug and Brad. Friends. Doug and Brad. Friends. Pimples. Doug and Brad.
Bye.